Hello everyone, welcome back. So what I got here is my Kubota L3800, and what I have attached in the front is what's called a stump bucket. Okay, it has a point that helps me, like basically it allows me to do digging work that would normally be very difficult with just my flat bucket. Okay, so the thing with that stump bucket, first of all, good thing about it, it's quick a hitch. It's a quick, it's a quick attach, so I can quickly, take that off, put my flat bucket on, put that back on really quickly when I need to. Because like right now, first of all, what this is here, this is a tactical trench. This, allows me, because it's a trench with 12-foot berms on each side. It allows me to shoot in all directions when I'm inside this trench. What I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of do a little bit of drainage work, because I had some water that was building up at on the other part. Now originally I dug this trench out with a 35,000 pound excavator. Okay, I think that cost something like, I don't know, I think it was like something like $1,100 a day. So really expensive to rent out, but it did the job. Okay, so it did like 90% of the work. I then at another time I rented something like a 15,000 pound excavator that helped me like fine tune it a little bit, kind of got it to a point where I can now work it with my tractor, right? Because obviously this is a lot cheaper. It's cheaper to use my equipment. So that stump bucket over there, it only costs $500, right? So it allows me to do digging work, right? Now, why not use a backhoe, right? Like, why not buy a backhoe and put that on the back of my tractor? Well, first of all, the backhoe costs something like 10 grand, right? $10,000. And the thing is, it's a lot of work to put the backhoe on, take it off. You gotta remove the arms on the back of the tractor. Most of the time, I'm not doing digging work with this tractor. I'm doing other stuff like cut my grass and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work to remove the arms, remove the quick hitch. Oh, that's on the back with the counterweights right now, right? You saw I got about 500 pounds of counterweight in the back of the tractor. A lot of work to take that off, to put the backhoe on, and, so it's a lot of work with the quick attach. It's really easy. It goes on and off. So there's a big convenience with this. It's a lot cheaper. And the other thing is, like with the if I had a backhoe on the back of the tractor, the way you use a backhoe is, you got to kind of plant the tractors. You got to drop your stabilizers, and a backhoe on the back of the tractor just works in one spot. So you plant your tractor, you dig, then you got lift everything up, get yourself from the rear seat to the front seat, and move the tractor. With this, right, it allows me to kind of keep moving and digging, right? And for a job like this, there's a lot of moving and digging. I'm not just digging in one spot, I'm continually digging forward over here. So that allows me to kind of, dig on the move. So that, again, that is a big convenience. So between that and the fact that it's a lot cheaper, it's only $500, big convenience that it goes on and off really easy. Now, for this job over here, like, I've been using both the flat bucket and that in combination. Right now what I'm doing is I'm trying, I've got on the other side of this trench, there's an area that's been accumulating a lot of water. So what I want to do is I want to take some dirt from this side, bring it over there to kind of raise up the ground over there, so it stops being so wet over there. So what I'm doing is I'm digging this up. In the process, I'm also extending my trench, right? So I got more shooting space here. So I'm making it longer, digging it up. I'm making a pile over there. Now, once I'm done with that pile, once I make that pile, I'm just gonna go get the flat bucket, because the flat bucket is a lot easier to work with for just moving dirt. Get the flat bucket, and I'll be able to drop that dirt right where I want to. The nice thing about this stump bucket is, as you're working back and forth, right, what happens is, because this is kind of wet ground, it's uneven ground, it's really hard to, sometimes you lose traction, and what happens is as your wheels spin, even though I got them in the lowest gear, as they spin, you're gonna kind of dig holes. So this bucket is really good because it has that point. It allows you to do precision work. So I can get some dirt and kind of fill, like I got a hole right here, I can see where the front tires made. I can get some dirt, drop it like right in that hole, which is something I can do a lot easier with a bucket that has a point on it rather than a flat bucket that's like, 6 feet long, okay? So this is definitely like a very useful tool to have with your, for your tractor, especially if you've got a quick attach on it. And like I said, it's pretty cheap, very, very convenient, very happy with this. My only complaint about this is a Kubota L3800. especially for this type of work here, where you're working on uneven ground, it's wet, right? You guys see it's still kind of wet. I wish I had a lower gear. I find that the lowest, because this thing has got it's a hydrostatic transmission. It's got 3 gears. I find that the lowest gear is not low enough for using this front loader the way I'm using. Now with this type of a setup, the important thing though is that it doesn't work like a backhoe, like an excavator. It doesn't work with the hydraulics. You don't dig with the hydraulics. You angle your bucket and then you push forward with your tractor. Okay, so with a backhoe, usually you stop the machine and you're using the hydraulics. With this, your machine is continually in motion and you're pushing forward. And for that reason, it's important that when you're pushing, you want to angle your bucket like relatively flat. You don't want to be shallow. You don't want to be like that, because that's going to put a lot of stress on your cylinders, right? So if you dump your bucket and push forward like that, it's going to basically put all the stress on your cylinders, and you can actually pop them and break them. So when you're doing your pushing, you want to keep your bucket angled up, all right, the way I kind of have it there. But I mean, you could dump it a little bit, but again, working a low gear, if you angle it down, don't pick up speed and go speeding forward. Don't use the momentum. Use for this, it's not like you're pushing snow or something where you can actually use the momentum of the tractor. Go slow enough that you have to use the propulsion of the tractor to push you forward, rather than trying to use the momentum to kind of push forward. So I hope you guys like this video. A very useful tool, especially for a job like this where I can do what I want to do, and it's not costing me a whole lot. So if you guys aren't a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.